Yo, haha, Miltnificent.
What is good, YouTube? Your boy Miltnificent coming back with another quick video, man. Today we got the Yeezy AQ-01 Aquas on the Miltnificent channel. And honestly, man, if you're looking at this box, there's so many different things about this shoe that's going to take you by surprise to a certain point. I did the actual BL01. You can see right here the box similarities and doing a little box comparison, so you can see that, you know, obviously there's a size difference. But the BL01, this shoe, honestly, I stand by when I keep saying this, that this is probably going to be my top 5 shoe of the year pickup, just because of its simplicity. It's minimalistic, and honestly, it's the way that Ye kind of envisioned this, because it can start here, but it can lead to different colorways and stuff like that. But you just want to start with the basics and kind of move up. And that's kind of the same theme that I felt with the AQ-01, but it's something about this shoe. If you stick around momentarily towards the end, I'm going to show you why this is a game changer in the Yeezy lineup. And don't forget, depending on when you watch this, the Yeezy Slide, the YS-02, will be available to purchase, and it should take anywhere from 3 to 5 business days. Anybody wondering about this AQ-01, it did have shipping information within 3 business days, and for me it took about, I want to say, 4 to 5 days to actually get to my house after the shipping. So just keep that in mind. AQ-01, you can see the box right here, Yeezy.com labeling with the size tag kind of on here. Actually, this is the UPC sticker, but you can see that this is the AQ-01 tactical size 13. Same silver box, just like the BL01. Let's open this bad boy up, and you can see that it has that silver paper right here. The box, again, I'm not really too fond of the box in terms of like quality, but I do like the presentation. Again, simplistic. Let's open this bad boy up. Here we go. AQ-01. Now, I made the mistake in getting the wrong size, because I'm going to be honest with you. When I purchased the AQ-01, you can see right here, I made the mistake by not reading the bottom of the actual details for the shoe, where it says go a size down. So this actually is a size 13. I normally wear a size 12.5. I can fit in some shoes, depending on the design, in size 13. But 12.5 it is. If I would have went a size 12, this would have fit perfectly. I did get a chance to put this on. I'm going to put you on game with all the details, some video footage that you may or may not have seen already on YouTube. And again, stick around towards the end. I guarantee you've never seen this on any YouTube channel, anywhere online. This is something that I was experimenting with. So the AQ-01, we can get into the materials. And let me just take the paper out, because there is, and you'll see it right here, there's a picture of the actual, I wouldn't say size and tag, but like a sizing, looks like this, just like kind of fused it on with the details in terms of the size and what the materials are. You can see that the outer is made out of TPE or thermoplastic. It's just like a, just think of a rubber that's very elastic and very thin. And how this is a good thing for some people when you go a size down is the fact that normal shoes, depending on the material and what they use, it can take up so much space. Remember, this is meant to be simplistic. So this is going to be thin around your shoe. It's designed to be worn in the park, you're walking on the beach, things of that nature, even if you go in the water. And also, I'm going to show you a video footage actually right now, because some people were asking, well, how good is it with water? Does it repel water really good? Well, TPE or thermoplastic materials can do that. It can just repel water like it's no tomorrow. You see a video footage right here on the actual outsole. And anybody that's worried about the whole holes that you see basically on the lateral and the medial side, this is for breathability, because this is where the whole, I want to say, this is the textile material that they put on the inside of the actual shoe, because it's TPE on the outside, it's textile, like a thin layer, like a, just think of like a polyester or a nylon type of feeling that is kind of like infused with the whole TPE. So they kind of have it together. You're going to see another video of me kind of showing light pass through the actual outsole, or at least I want to say outsole, the lateral side and the medial side of the actual shoe itself, so you can see how much airflow that can go pass in and out. I felt like this was actually great because it gives it breathability. Your socks kind of won't get like sweaty, if that makes sense. And also, if you keep in mind when you take when I looked at this design, I was kind of surprised how they executed it, because this is more of a refined shape. It's not like your traditional SL-01 slide where it just looks like it's a flat surface towards the outsole where your foot sits flat-footed. This is kind of the same design, but it's more defined around the foot, if that makes sense. So this is kind of a roundish, whereas this is more origamic towards your actual foot sizing. You can see the indent towards the inside of the actual shoe in the design. In terms of the outsole, they gave you like a wavy outsole design, if that makes sense, for more better grip. And I just want to make everybody understand that this is EVA foam, so this is just foam material, but it has a harder dent than the actual TPE, or at least the thermoplastic rubber material that's more flexible. So I mean, when I say this thing is just so easy to bend, that's how easy it can bend. But that's not the feature that I want to talk about with this shoe. The game changer with the AQ-01 is not necessarily the actual thermoplastic. It's what they did on the inside. This is the first time where I've seen a video, or at least a shoe I should say, that had a drop-in foam midsole that is so thick, but it gives you so much heel support. You can see right here the actual drop-down, I want to say insert, the foam has the AQ-01 on there with the sizing on the bottom of the actual insert. The reason why this is a game changer is because I want to say if you were to actually go in the water with the Aqua or the AQ-01, I personally wouldn't recommend wearing this portion. You'll see another video right here where I'm showing you how it'll repel off water for this portion of the actual insert, but here's where this kind of like that whole textile or this little nylon finish that they infuse with the foam, because it sits in between. You can see how it cuts off right here. So this is the kind of exposed foam. This exposed foam can soak up water. It'll dry off, but not as fast as it's repelling off the bottom surface for this actual insole. And why this insole actually is really good, because it's really soft and plush and it gives you heel support. So instead of like the SL-01 where your foot is kind of sitting flat-footed, you're going to get heel support with the actual insole, or at least the insert. And that is what makes this AQ-01 so comfortable. So before we do the on-fit, remember I said that there's some surprises with this insert, because I've never seen anything like this where, you see in most shoes, you look at your inserts, it's so thin, that depending on what shoe you have, this is a game changer. Let me explain. So I said in the beginning of the video that the AQ-01, you want to size down. It says it on Yeezy.com. And I kind of made a good mistake, if that makes sense, because this is a size 13. But what else Yeezy different shoe that's also flat-footed, which can give you heel support if you put it together? Remember, nobody's ever done this on the YouTube channel, at least not yet, but you're seeing it first here. The SL-01. I don't know why, but I just decided to look at the design of the SL-01, and then I looked at the whole AQ-01, and what I'm going to take this insert off because this is a lefty, or at least a righty. When I looked at the actual shoe, I noticed that they both have similarities, right? Flat-footed. This is EVA foam. This is TPE. Because it's flat-footed and this heel support, and the insert can lift your foot off the ground. Basically, it'll kind of look like this. It'll sit here, but then it'll lift up this way. And you have more upper support, where it's kind of like angular towards the actual Aqua versus the actual SL-01, which is kind of like a small slope, but you still have room. Well, here we go. And this kind of reminds me, and people are asking, what does the Aqua, at least the AQ-01, remind me of in terms of that slope design? And I said the Yeezy 380. If you remember this, the Yeezy 380 kind of has that slope design. But anyway, getting back to this. First time you're seeing this. AQ-01 insert, SL-01 slide, or at least the shoe or slip-on. Believe it or not, it actually, these are both size 13. It goes right in and it fits. And what's crazy is that if you wear thin socks, this is important. If you wear thin socks and you decide to do this experiment, so if you have the Yeezy AQ-01 and the SL-01 and you want to experiment, definitely, and I want people to comment on this video if you have both models. Put the AQ-01 insert on the SL-01 and then just thank me later with thin socks and then walk around and you tell me. I doubt people can do this just because you had to go a size down with the AQ-01. This is only possible for me because I have size 13 SL-01, size 13 AQ-01, and I was just experimenting just to see if it's possible. Now, is it possible with the SL-02, which is kind of more of a shoe kind of shape, but it's EVA foam as well? And the answer, honestly, it is, but it's not going to feel comfortable because this SL-02 has more of a midsole towards it. So you're kind of still getting that lift off the ground. You're not going to sit flat-footed with the SL-02 like you do with the SL-01. That's why this fits perfectly. But again, it doesn't just stop there. Remember, this is the first that you're seeing on YouTube or anywhere. And I don't care what internet site you're going to. This is amazing. Check this out. What else do you think that this could kind of insert into? Not the shoes behind me, or at least with the ones you can see. But who remembers the Yeezy 350 V1? Yes, and I know this sounds crazy, but hear me out. When you take the insert out, look at the insert for the Yeezy 350 V1. We're going to take the Yeezy AQ-01, the drop-in foam insert, and you'd be surprised that this actually just goes right in there. I didn't think that this was possible at first. Let me just adjust this. But because of the prime knit, this is a prime knit upper. And the V1 series, the prime knit was a little bit more flexible. You can see my hand kind of moving around. So it gave you that ability to put your foot in, and it actually does fit. Now, I'll take it a step further. Can you do the same thing in the Yeezy 350 V2 series? You can, but the problem is the prime knit is so tight that your foot sitting there after a while probably wouldn't feel good as it would with the Yeezy 350 V1. But the Yeezy 350 V2, the AQ-01 drop down foam insert, it's kind of the same thing. It just goes right in there. So this is crazy. But comment below. Let me know, what do you think about the overall design for the Yeezy AQ-01? Again, when I put this on feet, this definitely has flexibility, but there was movement for me just because I went a size up. So my foot was sliding back and forth. But if I got the right size 12, I am 110% sure that my foot would stay in just fine. This is just a warning for people. I don't know what's going on. Some people were telling me that the BL-01 was temporarily off the Yeezy.com website, and I'm not sure if they're going to feature the AQ-01 just yet, but I'm pretty sure that they're just, if I were to guess what Yeezy is doing right now, depending on when you watch this video, is that they're probably watching for stock. So if certain things are in stock, you'll probably see it on the website. If certain things are kind of out of stock and it will be out of stock for a while, they probably pull it from the website. And I think that they're doing that to make it easier to kind of ship things as they go. That makes sense. But the Yeezy AQ-01, and I feel like that feature for that whole drop insert, at least the foam insert, is phenomenal. There's so much thickness and density towards this. I mean, this thing feels very plush when you put it on feet, and you topple it with the whole TPE flexible thermoplastic design that makes it just so possible just to interchange and bend and contort in different ways that you wouldn't normally see in the shoe, especially come in the summertime when you want to walk in the beach, you want to walk in the park, casual walk around the street. This is kind of the perfect all-to for you. Your boy Miltnificent, man, the Yeezy AQ-01 on the Miltnificent channel. Let's do that on feet. You guys, stay blessed.